Hello and welcome to class. I wanted to show you a little around my course shell and show you how I've designed it and how best to interact with it. First of all, to get to a class, you can get there from the ACTC website or whatever home campus you're on. Use that website and there should be a My Path, which lets you check your email as well as check your grades and student service stuff. But Blackboard Learn is where we find our coursework. And then once in that, courses, you should be able to see all of your courses in which you're enrolled. Okay, we're going to talk about your college algebra class. And this is what it should look like. So you'll also notice you could get directly here without going through the college website. You could go directly here with elearning.kctcs.edu. That will also work as a direct link should your website ever be down or something. All right, so once you're in there, I wanted to show you around our course. This is how it looks. It'll look almost the same for you, except this is me right here, and now I'm in the instructor's view, but yours should look very similar. So across the horizontal, very top here, I don't use much of that. So notice that the default is it's on content, and that's where most of the material, the content for the course, probably what you're most interested in knowing about is down the middle column. But also there's a calendar, the discussion boards, which I don't do a lot of, but you will see I do ask you to introduce yourself, and we may do a little bit of that, but I won't be there a lot. And also I don't use the gradebook. I do not use the Blackboard gradebook. I use the gradebook that's with MyLab. All of the assignments you do is inside of the MyLab gradebook, and the links that you'll see here we'll talk about in a minute. So I just let that be your gradebook. So it's right there. Know that you can always see your grade at any time. That's where you see your grade in my class. Messages, you can message in this, and it goes directly to me, but I don't see it as timely as if you send me a message on my email, so I prefer that you do not use messages here, that you'll use the email messages. So if you'll, or just use email. And my email address, as you can see, is cindy.shelton@kctcs.edu. So send that directly to me, and I can keep up with that a little better than the one here on Blackboard. Okay, so that's along the top. Down the side, two things here. One, you might be able to see who's in your class, maybe you want to interact with some of your classmates. But the two things that I use the most right here, Blackboard Collaborate. This is our course room. I know you're online, but should you want to meet me on this platform, this is our classroom we can meet in. You can also call me. You can stop by my office. So feel free to reach out if you have questions as you're going along through the course. Know that that's what I want to do. I want to interact with you, and I want to get to know you and help you as you need help. A lot of the stuff, everything in the class, it's online, and within these modules we're going to go through, there's videos and supplements to get you through the material to understand the content, but it's always good to have that in-person experience if that's something that you're interested in. So this is sort of in-person, I guess. It's sort of like a Zoom classroom if you've done Zoom or something like that, Google Classroom. This is our classroom, and it's called Collaborate for Blackboard. So we can meet in here, and the default is it will not show me your video of yourself unless you unclick that, and then we can see each other, but it's not necessary. So the default is out, and then the audio also, if you share the audio, we can talk. And I can share my screen and work some problems with you as needed. So know that this is optional, but it's not required. You will have all asynchronous work. You can do it on your own within the deadlines that I have posted, so you don't have to meet at any particular time. But know that I am available and glad to meet with you as needed. All right, so then I'll leave that session, and that's over, but that's always there if you need it. Okay, so back to the left-hand side here. I just wanted you to know if I ever say meet me and collaborate, if we're having questions and you want to meet and talk, that's what I'm talking about. You just hit join session and you're there. The other thing I use down this side would be the announcements. This is where I house the weekly announcements. I have some posted already with just the welcome video. I'll put this video there so you'll have it if you need to refer back to it later. Sometimes these things get lost in your email. I do copy them to your email, but then they're housed here under announcements in a handy organized place if you need to go back and look through. I will send you an email at least once a week, just kind of update you on where we're at, what's going on, and anything I can think of kind of pertinent to that week. And then there's technical support and tutoring service information there. So just know announcements, expect to hear from me once a week, and do be aware of that and check in with me. Feel free to respond with any questions you have always, but expect at least a general announcement about the expectations for that week. Okay, all right, now down the middle column. So the first module, you click and it expands. I always put an overview on all my modules, so it'll tell you what's in this module, but then here's all the stuff, and then a module wrap up to make sure you saw all of that. So please read through all of this. This is where your syllabus is, so big important thing there. And also, I think this is super important, is the schedule. I'll try to stick to that. That's where you'll see the due dates are listed for everything for this semester laid out here. Tells you when your midterm is due, and every week. So it's a weekly schedule. If you want to print that off or save it to your desktop, that might be a good idea. These are also listed in your MyLabs that you're going to be using, but this is handy to kind of see it in the big picture. So we'll notice that this first week of class, I expect you to watch the lecture videos. There's lecture videos for everything that we cover, as well as other supplements. I'll talk to you about that a little bit more too. So watch your lecture video, take your own notes as needed. There's also the textbook you can read if you like even more information, but you should get what you need if you just attend the lecture videos as if you were in person. We would have a lecture time, maybe an hour lecture altogether. Watch those, take your own notes, and then proceed into the homework. So the first section that's due will be section 1.1, and there will be a little quiz over that, quiz 1A, and those things are due the following Monday. All my deadlines fall on the Monday after, the week's assignment. You'll have that way through the weekend, and then even Monday if you need to ask questions on Monday before it's due Monday midnight. The exception of that is your syllabus quiz. I would like for you to take your syllabus quiz by Friday, because they asked me to report any no-shows. So if I don't hear from a student that whole first week, that way if someone's signed up for the class, they didn't realize it, or if they changed their mind, we can pull you back out of that class. So that lets me know you're serious and you're really planning to take this class. So first thing you should do, take that syllabus quiz, as soon as you hear this, go in and take your syllabus quiz, get that done, so I know you're serious and plan to proceed in the class. But everything else, like I said, is due on a Monday. Okay, so that's that. And then, of course, your syllabus, your syllabus is below that. So all the course rules and how I do your grading is listed in your syllabus, so be sure to read through that. And then here's a link for the syllabus quiz. There will be links within the modules for all the quizzes and the homeworks that you take, as well as other places, but here you can see that. Proctoring information. Please be sure to read through this and know that you do have one proctored exam at midterm. The midterm exam will be proctored using Respondus monitoring, and there's more information about that, and I'll be sharing more about that as well. But you can take it flexibly at home, but it will ask to use your webcam and a microphone just to unmute those, like I showed earlier in the classroom. It will ask you to unmute those, so I'll be able to observe you when you do take your midterm exam. So just be aware of that. Next link, so that's all. Be sure to look at all of that, but just kind of showing you where it's at. The next thing you see is your grade book. So again, that's where you can always see your grade at any time during the course. And then this is a link you can use that will show you all the assignments. It's listed here, plus the textbook. Those are the main two things there. It always opens to a new window. It's on a different platform, this MyLabs is. But here you can also see all the due dates. So everything that's assigned when it's due. And let's see, what else did I want to tell you about that? Oh, infinity. Over here, I wanted to note the infinity sign. That means you can take these assignments, you can retake as needed until you get your 100%. infinite times. And I have that listed for most all of your assignment. Midterm exam, not so. You take that once and done there. But everything else in the class, there's the final, except those 2 major exams, you can take infinite time. So I encourage you to aim for that 100%, retake it until you achieve the grade that you want there. And then again, the textbook, if you need to refer to the textbook. And then my links there. And then here we go. Here's the material. The review material is there, and it's optional, and it says so in this. It's not official content. It is optional. But I encourage it. If you have not been in algebra class in a while, you might find these very helpful to you. So I have some additional notes, and then classroom videos, so you can watch the lecture videos. It just kind of get it. This is me here. This I try to throw in some extra videos I've found on YouTube that I think are relevant to what we're studying. They're a lot more exciting than my videos, so make use of those too. But this is me, and I'll be going over some of the base stuff that's in R3. So you might just want to listen to those just to refresh the material. It's kind of the base material before you get started. If you just came out of an algebra class or a pre-algebra, intermediate algebra, you may not need that, but I find most students really find that helpful. And then there's some optional practice problems in the MyLabs. Again, those are not graded. This is just there for you. And again, I find most students find that these are helpful. Factoring, that's a big one. That seems to be, as I've taught this algebra class for a zillion years, the factoring is always one of those topics that it wouldn't hurt to review. If you are just an expert at that, then great, but I find most students really do benefit from that review. So keep that in mind. Okay, and so on and so forth. But your first real assigned graded work is in week one of our class. And so you'll notice that there is a lecture. You should listen to the lecture. Again, this is me as if you were in class here. I have some notes to follow along with, and then the lecture for you to watch. But there's also this Chapter 1 Notes and Study Aids. It's additional optional work that's from the book. Some students love this. You find what works for you. But the book has published, on this MyLabs platform, you have all these supplements, more than you probably want. It's a lot. So, but they're here if you need them. So just be aware, these are extra supplements. There's videos, there's PowerPoints to help you with the material. So more supplements there. But I encourage you to watch the lecture first and then do this additionally if you need it. And you may decide one or the other is better for you. So that's all, your personal preference. Then you will do homework 1.1. This clicks you over to the MyLabs platform. Oh, I need to fix something there. I did not get in, did I? All right. So I'll have to check on that. Check my link. I haven't changed my due dates on that. I need to fix that for you guys. All right, so anyway, the assignments here normally, and I will fix that, you click on that and it takes you over to the MyLabs, and then you can work on an assignment, and so on and so forth. And then week 2, week 3, on and on. So all the materials you need listed down through there. Let's see, is there anything else I wanted to tell you? Let me look at an assignment in your all assignments. Once you're in an assignment, say we're looking at this R.3. Let me move over here. Once you're in an assignment, you'll notice along the bottom there's all these help me's. And this will work you through a similar, or work you through that exact problem. I think it'll ask you interactive questions. But Get More Help has View the Example, videos you can watch, textbook, and then if none of that helps and you're like, I just don't see anything in the materials that helps with this, send me an email and let me know that we need to talk about that one. So so anyway, there's options along here to help you along with your problems. Try to get good. At these problems to where you don't need the help me solve, and you can always ask it to give you another similar problem to practice it again until that you have an understanding. Also, I'd encourage you to keep good notes. Good notes as you go through this. Keep a big notebook. Try to keep it all organized to kind of pull together. All right, I think that's what I needed to tell you here. If you have